storm whispers to the warrior that you cannot withstand my strength. And the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. Erica is the storm. We are the storm. And our enemies cannot comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve, our passion. Our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity.
Clearly not beating the weird allegations here. Trump advisor Stephen Miller gave a speech that many have criticized as a modern-day Nazi speech by the former propagandist Joseph Goebbels.
Many of these people, by the way, are paid a lot of money to do this. They're agitators. They're paid agitators. Remember that? When you see they all have the same beautifully printed sign, every sign is identical, comes out of a top-level print shop. That's not the signs that are made in somebody's basement. Those are paid for by very bad people, and hopefully we're going to be finding out through the DOJ who those people are. At another college, Antifa terrorists shattered windows, threw rocks, and tried to storm the building where Charlie was speaking. It was a really bad one. Often dozens of police officers were needed to prevent left-wing violence. And the violence comes largely from the left. You don't hear that from too many people, do you?
No, we don't, because it is not factual. It is completely untrue.
This is not an arena. This is a stadium. This stadium packed with rafters of people. Not to mention the one across the street that also has tens of thousands of people. And I'm sorry we couldn't get you in. If anybody would like to give up your seat, please walk across the street.
What is going on?
An old thing
it took him 2 minutes to just start rambling about crowd sizes. Oh my God.
And one of the last things he said to me is, please, sir, save Chicago. We're going to do that. We're going to save Chicago from horrible crime.
Oh my God, in honor of Charlie Kirk, is like we're invading Chicago with the military. There it is. Time to tie it back to policies.
He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
Oh my God. Expected.
Charlie's angry. Look at that. He's angry at me now.
I think the juxtaposition between Erica Kirk's speech and Donald Trump's is pretty significant, because Trump is so clearly all invested in himself. Even Erica was like still saying like, I'm going to continue Charlie's mission, things of that nature. Donald Trump can't even say that. He just keeps talking about himself. He just keeps talking about his enemies. And then he just will add on, Charlie loved it when I did this stuff, over and over again.
What gets me is at a time when unity is needed more than ever and division is soaring in this country, the president decided not to be presidential, but to be a divider. What head of state gives a eulogy, makes themselves the story, and says he hates half the country? Donald Trump. That's who.
Just like Charlie and Erica made Turning Point hot, we are looking at a country that has the chance to attain a level like never before. Tariffs are making us rich again, richer than anybody ever thought was possible. And the only one challenging them are people that hate our country or foreign countries that are paying a price, because they did the same thing to us for years. They took advantage of us, but we're making money. We're becoming richer and richer. And we're taking care of our people better and better when we do that. And we can take care of other countries better and better. But we're doing unbelievably well. The tariffs have really been a hold. The election was big, but the tariffs, because of the election, came in. And remember, other nations do that to us. And Charlie understood that. He saw the money.
My guy, you're at a funeral. I reiterate, a funeral.
I mean, my instant response is to say, was it a eulogy? Not many eulogies I've heard talk about the tariffs and latest health policy on autism. I mean, it was a Donald Trump political rally. I mean, it's so interesting that for the last, what is it? How many days has it been? What's the date today? It's been, 12 days since Charlie Kirk was murdered, September 10th, I think it was. In the last 12 days, people on the left, progressives, have been accused of disrespecting the dead and being completely rude about someone who was murdered and not showing respect to Charlie Kirk and offending the dead, all this stuff, insulting his widow. And yet I would argue no one has shown more contempt for Charlie Kirk in death than Donald Trump, like again and again. You remember the press conference he did on the White House lawn where he took questions and they said, how do you feel? Are you still upset about Charlie's death? This was about a couple of days after he died. And he said, yeah, I am. By the way, have you looked at our ballroom? Look at all the trucks. They're building a ballroom. I would argue that's more offensive to Charlie Kirk and his widow Erica than anything I've said or you've said. And then he gets to the memorial and he turns it into a political rally, which is what it was to begin with. Charlie Kirk's parents, I didn't see speaking. Charlie Kirk's sister, I didn't see speaking. Charlie Kirk's childhood friends, I didn't see speaking, which you would see at a normal memorial. This was all J.D. Vance and Donald Trump Jr. and Stephen Miller, all making very political speeches. This was a political rally.
Well put by Zateo's Mehdi Hassan on Substack, which y'all should sub to if you can. With all that being said, Chicago Cubs third baseman Matt Shaw missed a crucial 1-0 loss to the Cincinnati Reds as his team battles for playoff seeding. And he attended Kirk's funeral/MAGA rally. Because of his decision, the team could not bring up a player in his spot. Not long ago, Shaw and Cubs first baseman Michael Busch posed for pictures with Kirk after a Cubs win, which, I kid you not, ironically, I was in attendance for as well. Shaw would address the media and say this: I was very thankful for how the team responded. Allowing me to do that was really special. Jed Hoyer and Craig Counsell and all the veteran players that I talked to, really the whole team, having their support was really important to me. Charlie was one of the biggest Cubs fans I ever met. He'd text me after every game, great win for the Cubbies. His wife Erica had texted me asking me if I would come to the funeral. I felt as though it was something that was really important for me to do. On Trump speaking of practically invading Chicago with the use of the federal government, Shaw said, I am comfortable living here. That part of it, there were a lot of other people that spoke about their faith. That was the most powerful part for me. What he would do time and time again is center his religion in every single answer. My connection with Charlie was through our faith. That's something that drives me every day. That's the reason why I'm able to do what I do every day. That's something I'm extremely thankful for. I know that without my faith and without the many blessings I've been given in my life, I wouldn't be here to talk to you guys in the media, able to help this team eventually go and win championships. Whatever backlash comes is okay. I feel strong about my faith, and that was what was meant to be. And to that, I would just simply ask, how does this defend your religion?
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. It begs the question, when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified.
And in the spirit of affirmative action, we have Ramon and Cadillac are your two pilots. They've never flown before, but they are black.
If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action?
I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know you do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously.
The war on white people continues.
You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
Blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today. Data shows they were actually better in the 1940s.
Let's get loud for Kyle Rittenhouse.
I'm also going to offer some context and some nuance about the death of George Floyd that no one dares to say out loud, which is that this guy was a scumbag. Prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact.
There's no such thing as white privilege or racism. So.
Skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining.
There's a mythology around
MLK that does not warrant the reverence that he gets treated with in America.
Kirk describes King as, quote, a bad guy. It's true.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.